fans are making a lot of noise at AT&T Stadium.
Anything that move between these lines, gotta get dealt with.
They hand it to Pollard. He comes running out the right side. Deep to the post to Lamb. At the 5 to the goal line.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys flex their offensive muscles in a 43-20 win over the Los Angeles Rams at AT&T Stadium, the second 40-plus point outburst of the 2023 season as the Cowboys improved to 5-2 and set up a big-time battle next week in Philadelphia. But first, we got to break this one down on Cowboys Game Night. Welcome into the Star in Frisco and the Globe Life Studios alongside Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us, Nate, for the most part. This is another complete win for Mike McCarthy and company. The Cowboys got the job done, and they did it in all three phases.
Yes, he's been having success coming out of breaks like this. And, I mean, we was in Green Bay and even here in Dallas. So he had his guys focused and ready to go, man, and led by Dak. I think he had a great game today.
Yeah, he did. He was sharp all the way through. We'll talk about Dak's stat line in a moment. But first, we got to get to the highlights, see how this one unfolded for the Cowboys as they get the win 43-20. But it started on the opening drive for Dak Prescott. After an early sack, Prescott was sacked again by former 30 visit Byron Young, bringing up what looked to be a punting opportunity, but instead a legal contact called on the Los Angeles defense. It keeps the drive alive for the Cowboys, setting this up a few plays later. Dak to Jake Ferguson in the end zone for 6.
Straight up the seam, baby, right there. One-handed grab from my old friend Jake Fergie.
Second touchdown of the year for Ferguson, fourth of his career. Both teams would then knock through a field goal, and then you go to the back half of the first quarter. It was 10-3 Cowboys. The Rams were on offense here. Matthew Stafford and company driving, but not for long. Derod Bland undercuts the pass. He was trying to find Cooper Kupp, but instead Stafford finds Derod Bland, and it's another pick 6.
As you see right here, there's in a stack look. He played it, tried to go over, but was going to go over the top, but he went underneath. And hey, pick 6 right here.
First Cowboys player with 3 pick 6s in a season ever. Derod Bland has another touchdown this year. Rams back on offense again, not for long, because Micah Parsons, the Lion, gets in the backfield and he swarms Matthew Stafford for his 6th sack of the year, and that brings up another punting opportunity. This time the Rams can't even get it off. Sam Williams right through the middle. He blocks the punt. It goes out of the back of the end zone and gives Dallas a 19-3 lead.
Oh, yes, as you see right there, Armstrong took the inside and that freed out Sam on the outside, and his hands to foot was a perfect hit.
And, of course, after a safety, they have to punt it away back to the Cowboys with the free kick, and Kevontae Turpin takes the free kick all the way down the right sideline, 63 yards on the return, ties his career best, and he takes it all the way to the 13-yard line before being escorted out of bounds. That sets up the Cowboys offense with phenomenal field position where Dak finds CeeDee Lamb just 2 plays later for the score. CeeDee Lamb had over 100 yards in the first half, including that touchdown and this one. This is not deja vu. Instead, this is Dak Prescott rolling out of the pocket to find CeeDee Lamb, and he finds him for his 6th multi-touchdown game of his career.
Right there, using his legs to give a receiver, number 1 receiver, a chance to get free. Mama, there goes that man.
Now, L.A. would score before the break. It was 33-9 Dallas at halftime. The one score for Dallas in the third quarter was a record-breaking one. Brandon Aubrey ties Travis Coons for the most consecutive field goals to begin a career, 18 of 18. And then later in the fourth, Dallas would find that 40-point plateau again. Dak to Brandon Cooks, second straight week. These two have connected on a touchdown pitch and catch, and the Cowboys put up 43 points in a 43-20 win over Sean McVay and the Los Angeles Rams at AT&T Stadium. Another phenomenal week for the Cowboys as they improved to 5-2 and got the job done. Dak Prescott finishes with just 6 incompletions, over 300 yards passing. Fantastic from QB1 again, and when we come back, we go back out to AT&T Stadium. We'll hear from Dak Prescott and his thoughts following another big win at home.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Make every day game day with Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery. Play today for your chance to win big.
For the 8th time in his career, Dak Prescott puts up a 4-touchdown game as he puts up some incredible numbers against the Los Angeles Rams. Look at this. I mean, 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's one thing to look at, but he only had 6 incompletions through the entire game. Dak was fantastic in the win over the Rams. Here's what he had to say following the win.
Yeah, I think that's an example of just like playing one play at a time. Obviously, it wasn't pretty from the first play to the third or fourth play, and then able to get that, as you said, that DPI, and then just get rolling what illegal contact is. Each play, man, each play, you've got to be locked in. You've got to be ready to go. Just take it one play at a time, and then getting the momentum, and don't think about the last. As shitty as it was or it could have been, just move forward, stay in the present. I think the guys did that. I mean, we could have easily put our heads down and started, pouting or griping or got down on ourselves after the first couple of plays. But first one, all on me. Second, whenever the next one was, just a schemer. They kind of got us. And then after that, and I think guys do a good job of talking to each other in those situations. I know the offensive line's talking. I'm telling them, hey, that's on me. Don't think that you missed a block or you did something. Like, move on. And guys did that we respond to each other, we communicate, and I think that's a huge part in it. And then when you're getting rolling, as I said, that's just the same thing as, hey, one play at a time. Like, just because it was good, doesn't think that, you know what I mean? Just stay locked in and focused, and we're able to do that all night.
The second straight week, Jerry said this was your best game. What kind of rhythm are you in with this offense?
Let's make it 3 next week. Yeah, I'm in a rhythm. It feels good. It goes into, talked about the system. We've talked about it ad nauseum, I guess, going back to the spring, and things just really coming into play. A lot of preparation, being prepared for these games, for these opponents. A lot goes into it. And a lot of it's the other guys, so it's not just me. Part of playing this position, when other guys are playing their best, it makes you look good, and then you get, you're being told about you're playing your best. So we'll take it, but it's early in the year. We've got to keep rolling. As I said, we want to just keep taking this momentum, keep getting better and better, make sure that we're putting our best version of ourselves out there every week that we can, and that means taking a step. So, 5-2, and looking forward to taking a step next week on the road.
Dak, Todd Archer with ESPN. You're over 80% completion rate to CeeDee. Where does that come from?
Work, a lot of work. A lot of time put into it. Talk about depositing the work and being able to withdraw it when you need to, and you can go back into the off season. From the time we started way back in, I guess, April, maybe even before then, in my backyard, to the time that we spent in mini camp OTAs, to trips out to Atlanta. A lot of time invested, a lot of trust in that guy. He runs, he knows what I'm thinking. We're always communicating, and I think that's why when it's not going our way, it's frustrating, you know what I mean, because we put so much into it. But he's right now, we're reaping the rewards of everything that we've put into this, and it's only going to continue to grow, because all that does is give everybody, himself, the whole team, play caller, everybody more confidence, and getting him in positions and allowing us to go to work.
Thank you.
A look at the offensive stats for the Dallas Cowboys in their win. An impressive one for the offense. Really felt like every key member of the offensive unit got involved in this one. It was CeeDee Lamb early. It was Brandon Cooks late. Even some of the young tight ends getting involved as well. So we welcome you back in to Cowboys OT. Nate, when you look at this offense, are they trending in the right direction as they continue after the bye week?
Oh, yeah. Even from game one, even with the debacle for the 49ers, you're seeing this offense starting to find its rhythm, starting to move around. And the reason that is because of Dak. Dak is doing what he has to do to make sure this team does what it does. He's rolling out a little bit more. He's moving around with his legs, letting his wide receivers, like today with CeeDee Lamb, find the open zones. Jake Ferguson is doing a super job of finding himself. I like that. And if they can keep that up in Schoonmaker, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 there, and you'll even be a big part of it before it's over.
They want to continue to get those rookies involved. Mozzie Smith got involved. You had Luke Schoonmaker involved a little bit as well. If you can keep those guys moving in the right direction, that only adds to the talent you already have on both sides of the football. When we come back, we switch to the defensive side. We'll hear from Micah Parsons when we come back. The Lion had another sack today. He helped set the tone for that Dallas defense.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Make every day game day with Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery. Play today for your chance to win big.
Welcome back into Cowboys game night after the Cowboys defeat the Rams 43-20. Let's hear from Micah Parsons, who tallied his 6th sack of the season after the win at AT&T Stadium.
Oh, of course. I think, every week we're trying to go get a win, but when you win the way we did today, you feel good about it.
See Sam taking advantage of his opportunities. What were your thoughts about the way he got after it?
I'm always happy for Sam. That's like my little brother. I be trying to keep him on straight. And that's the thing when I tell him and he's worried about his opportunities and when things are limited, I was like, man, you just got to prevail. I've been through every phase of this journey. I came in and I played a lot, but in college I had to wait my turn. You just always got to wait your turn. It don't always happen now for everybody. And he realized that, and he's just been practicing hard, and it's just been translating to the game.
The offense is putting up points in that first half. We kind of maybe lost in that. You guys go pick 6, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 12 pressures on Stafford. Just talk about the success you guys were able to have early on.
Yeah, it always makes it easy. And I always say that, every phase helps each other. With the offense scoring, they got to keep going down and trying to score. They can't just run the ball. They can't just milk clock and ding and dunk. They got to put pressure on us, too. Dak helped us create opportunities on our defense.
How do you like rushing over the center, when you can kind of go either way there?
Yeah, it's special, and it gets me away from the chips. It gets me away from when guys try to eliminate me. Quinn and AD's been finding ways to create one-on-ones, and as you can see, anytime I'm freed up one-on-one, I can win that matchup.
Do you sometimes see their eyes get a little big in those moments?
I definitely know that's not what they want to see when they peek up when they hold that ball, but. Same thing with the guard and things like that. I feel like I could rush anywhere.
When was the last time you were part of an onslaught like that, where you guys went from 7-3 to 26-3?
I feel like really the Giants week 1 they felt like that too.
You guys have played 3 games at home. You've dominated all 3 of them. Is the next step for this team to take its success at home and especially going on the road to the Eagles, translating it there?
Yeah, we gotta do better on the away games. Obviously, everyone knows home field advantage is a real thing. So we gotta keep winning. We gotta keep being consistent. We can't just do it one week and not the next. It has to be consistent. So this would be a great opportunity to go show that.
You guys are coming off a
Adds another sack to his already impressive total. And the defense really pinned their ears back after Dallas jumped out to that big lead early on and never looked back. This is a team that, because of how good they are, how relentless they are on defense, Nate, that when you do build a lead, it allows for those guys to play free.
Oh, yes, and then with Parsons playing the way he's playing, remember now, he closed out the Chargers game, and he opened up this game right here. So I'm liking the way he's playing. If he's going to play like that, just continue to wear your lion, whatever that was.
Yeah,
Halloween, brother. Let that go, okay?
Yeah, full Halloween suit for Micah Parsons. Yeah. I like it overall. I think it's nice. It's a nice touch. It's different, right?
New generation.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you. When we come back, we're going to hear from CeeDee Lamb. He had another big game, 158 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. More Cowboys game night returning in just a moment. CeeDee Lamb with over 100 receiving yards in the first half of action. He was dominant as the Cowboys were dominant in all 3 phases over the Rams. Here's what CeeDee said following the win.
Absolutely. Coming off the bye, we knew we had an advantage, and we came out striking. That was the goal.
Could you talk about your second touchdown catch? Because you were wide open, and that play seemed to come just for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it wasn't a bit scheduled. Dak did a great job of, scrambling in the pocket, playing above the 2.3. and then I did my best of being open and staying open. So,
were you surprised that the Rams you guys were so explosive against the Rams?
Not necessarily surprised, because that's what we're looking for, week in and week out. That's how we should play, and that's just more of a stepping stone to what's to come.
Thanks, CeeDee.
Thank you.
We talk about times when things click, like the one too. Did that first half feel like this Texas Coast offense finally really clicked like you wanted to?
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, I got started early, and it kind of opened up the offense for us and giving us, everything open, and just giving us the ability to call any play with no restrictions. I feel like that's when we at our best, playing fast and making plays.
The success you've been able to have with Dak, the completion percentage between the two of you, with everyone targeting, stopping you, how have you been able to do it so far?
Staying open, man. That's all I can do. And at my position, he's relying on me and I'm relying on him. So the best, we built the trust, coming in this year 3 together. Well, 4. Dang, I'm getting old.
2020 was a blur.
Woo. But it's year 4 together. A lot of banked reps. It's huge, honestly. Just getting the game early. You want to get the defense on their heels. Obviously, they're going to be focusing on me, so give them a reason to focus on me. And then I want all my guys to explode.
It's the San Francisco game that we asked you about what's the identity of the offense, and you said you wasn't sure. So in the last 2 weeks, you know what the identity of the offense is now?
We're explosive and physical. And I say that with full ability and capability. I know what we can do week in and week out, and we can definitely take the top off of the defense.
CeeDee, how important is complementary?
CeeDee Lamb, 12 receptions on 14 targets, 158 yards, and he had his 6th multi-touchdown game of his career. Nate, when you're able to get CeeDee Lamb going early, it really helps this offense find a rhythm, help Dak Prescott find a rhythm as well.
Oh, he did. And he talked about playing together, working together, doing what you had to do. We couldn't run the ball early, but as the game went on, the ball, we started being able to run the ball a little bit more effective. He get Brandon Cooks wide open. Brandon Cooks go over the top for his longest gain of this year of 25 yards. We find Jake Ferguson again, our long-lost tight end. So when CeeDee Lamb is cooking, everybody's cooking.
Yeah, including Brandon Cooks, who had back-to-back touchdown receptions in games. He had one right before the bye week against L.A. He has one after the bye week against the L.A. Rams. And what a day it was for this offense. They'll look to keep this rolling next week against Philadelphia. When we come back, we're going to preview that matchup just a little bit because there's a lot to discuss when 2 of the top teams in the NFC match up. We'll talk about it next on Cowboys Game Night.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys improved to 5-2 with a dominant 43-20 win over the Los Angeles Rams in Week 8. This sets up a winner-takes-first-place matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 9 as we wrap things up on Cowboys Game Night here from the Star in Frisco alongside Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Nate, Philadelphia on the docket this week. What do the Cowboys need to do to get a win?
Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox. Those is the middle of their defensive line. Control those guys, maintain those guys, and we will have a dogfight. And this kicker, Brandon or whoever is
Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, he will win the game for us.
Hey, there you go. Okay, we're putting in an early call. So compared to what you saw against San Francisco, do you want a different week of attacking this, a different style of attacking it this week than you did in Week 5?
No, just go out and do what you did. Just stay focused. You've taken the biggest slug of the year, and that was that debacle back then. Just continue to play hard. Do your job individually, and you'll play well as a team and control those 3 guys, and we should be okay.
Now, you can catch all of the pregame coverage starting at 2 p.m. Central Time on DallasCowboys.com. Nate Newton will be on there. I will be on there along with Isaiah Stanback, Barry Church, Nick Eatman, Nicole Hutchison. A whole crew getting you ready for Week 9 and what is another big-time matchup between the Cowboys and the Eagles. It's always big when these two clash. But that does it for us on Cowboys Game Night. Cowboys beat the Rams 43-20 in Week 8.